the impending recession will destroy generational wealth. The economy would be burning up and heading over a cliff if it were a car. As seen by their most recent rate hike, the Federal Reserve desires significant layoffs and won't stop until inflation is below target and the labor market is actually experiencing a recession. The generation that completed college in 2008 or later will be affected by this, since many of them may wind up imitating their parents and grandparents and choose jobs they never desired in order to just make ends meet. The majority of people are unaware of what this winter will bring, and those that do are ill-prepared. There is a difference between Wall Street and Main Street. Do you still not understand? Why would the Federal Reserve need to bring about a downturn and create job losses? It's difficult to say why, but here's why. Right present, the job market is still booming, which implies that average wages are rising. Due to the positive feedback loop this causes, inflation not only continues to be high but also increases. The Fed's response to this is to start laying off people by raising interest rates, which will eventually cause wage inflation to slow and go down. Normally, it's encouraging to see businesses looking to expand their workforces, but more jobs just give the Fed more justification to hike interest rates and hurt the economy further in an effort to curb inflation that has been stubbornly rising. Portfolio Manager Bryce Doty. To put it another way, the Fed intends to sacrifice Main Street in order to protect Wall Street. Unemployment is a result of trying to push the job market to chill off. The middle class? Who requires them? The Fed considers that providing unemployment benefits to an additional million or so people is a better option than allowing the average income of the entire population to continue to go through the roof. There is still more. A rise in consumer prices is how inflation is marketed to us. That is false. An enormous lie. Rising consumer prices are only one of the potential outcomes of inflation, which is really just an expansion of the money supply. They want us to believe that increasing the money supply, which they constantly do as the US debt clock shows, is acceptable as long as consumer goods prices don't rise too quickly. However, this is a risky game. Who suffers the most from this? The working class and the impoverished. The Fed raises interest rates in order to deflate the market, crash the economy, and purchase assets at a discount. Repeat after me. Furthermore, they can't truly considerably slow down the rate of increase in the currency supply, since the entire debt-based monetary system would collapse due to insolvency, which is the main reason they want us to believe their false definition of inflation. Since no two recessions are exactly comparable, marketers are always operating in uncharted territory. However, after examining the marketing successes and failures of numerous businesses as they survived recessions starting in the 1970s, we have discovered trends in consumer behavior and business strategy that either enhance or detract from performance. Businesses must be aware of changing consumer behavior in order to adjust their tactics. Naturally, people cut their spending and adopt stricter priorities during recessions. Businesses often reduce expenses, lower prices, and put off making new investments as sales begin to decline. The cost of marketing is frequently cut everywhere, from communications to research, but this kind of indiscriminate cost-cutting is wrong. Cost control is a good idea, but if brands aren't supported or the evolving needs of core customers aren't considered, performance may suffer in the long run. Businesses that focus on the demands of their customers, cut their marketing budgets with a scalpel rather than a cleaver, and swiftly alter their strategy, methods, and product offers in response to changing demand are more likely than others to prosper both during and after a recession. Understanding the psychology of recession. Marketers may forget that increased sales aren't just the result of brilliant advertising and alluring items during euphoric times of national prosperity. Consumers must have disposable income, be optimistic about the future, have faith in the market and the economy, and adhere to lifestyles and attitudes that promote consumption in order to make purchases. Here's how to deal with an economic recession, so don't panic. People in Indonesia were more restless as a result of the recession's widespread use in media outlets and online platforms, and panic gradually spread among them. There is a lot of information floating around about how bad things would be if a recession occurred. However, we should be aware that not all of the available information can be processed in its raw form. Because no information, especially for the general public, actually scares without adequate education. Fear-mongering, a phenomenon that occurs when some people or groups intentionally prey on people's gullibility toward a threat, is a term used to describe this occurrence. People who experience anxiety. There's no reason to panic, even though the word recession has a bad connotation. Here are some strategies for managing your finances during a recession. 1. Be frugal and attempt to save money. Try to adequately address basic needs by purchasing necessities as needed. This is done so that the leftover money can be used for other, more crucial things like debt repayment, investing or saving, and setting up an emergency fund. 2. Repaying current debt. Make an effort to be more debt conservative, especially when it comes to consumer debt. Under 30% of your monthly expenses is considered a reasonable amount of debt. However, it's a good idea to change the proportion to a lesser one as you need to get ready for a recession. Additionally, confirm that you can pay off your bills immediately. You may begin by taking on high-interest loans, because high-interest debt will significantly impact your cash flow. 3. Set up an insurance plan and emergency funds. A good rule of thumb is to have 3 to 6 months' worth of spending saved up for emergencies. This is for the possibility that anything negative occurs during a recession. On to insurance next. Insurance is still necessary, especially health insurance, to prevent financial disruptions brought on by unexpectedly high medical expense costs. 4. Start in search of additional income. You can preserve a sound financial situation by being frugal. To ensure that the money raised can cover any unforeseen demands, it is preferable if you have supplemental income. 5. Save and invest. Like putting money aside and seeking for extra revenue to enhance your financial base during a recession, investment and saving are both crucial. Try to increase your savings a little, especially your emergency fund savings. 6. Effectively manage financial posts. It would be great if you started managing financial posts, especially expenses, to prevent waste. Distinguish between necessities and wants. It is hoped that managing this financial post will help you spend your money more wisely. 7. Making a loan application for productive debt. As previously noted, looking for more money is one step we may take to get ready for a recession. There are numerous ways to accomplish this. For instance, by starting your own company. Any firm may have a respectable monthly turnover as long as you are consistent and maintain your optimism. It doesn't have to be with a lot of capital. So, whether you're thinking of starting a business or need some extra cash, you can apply for a loan with BFI Finance. OJK has confirmed that BFI Finance is real. You can receive a number of benefits when you apply for a loan at BFI Finance, comprising the upcoming. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, please click the like and subscribe buttons because it really helps me. Also, keep an eye on the channel because there are some really intriguing films coming soon on the financial sector and the global economy. Remain safe.